Hello boys and girls, and welcome to Sunday School. We are continuing our big story of God's forever kingdom that's found in the Bible. And today's story is from all the 4 Gospels in the New Testament. The Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Let's start by looking at our poster. What do you see in this poster? Is there anything you wonder about? I wonder why Jesus and the disciples are gathered around a table. I wonder why Jesus is holding the bread. I wonder what's in the cup. Let's find out more in our story. Jesus and his disciples were all gathered celebrating a very important day in the past called the Passover. Do you remember the Old Testament story about the Passover? When the Israelites were leaving Egypt, they had to put the blood of a lamb on their doorposts so that God's judgment of death would pass over them and they would be safe. After this, Pharaoh let the Israelites leave Egypt. Since that time, each year the Israelites, or Jews, celebrate Passover with a special meal. The Jews would do this to remember the deliverance from death and being free from slavery in Egypt. Now Jesus and the disciples were all gathered around a table and eating the Passover meal. Then Jesus took some bread and after blessing it, broke the bread into pieces and gave it to the disciples. Then Jesus took a cup of wine. He thanked God for it and gave it to the disciples. As he was doing this, Jesus spoke the words that are in our memory verse today. Let's read it. This is my body, this is my blood. Do this in remembrance of me. Luke 22:19-22. Jesus told his disciples that the bread would be his body and the wine would be his blood, given for the forgiveness of sins. Jesus himself, his body and his blood would be the perfect sacrifice for sin. All the Old Testament animal sacrifices pointed forward to Jesus' death on the cross. Jesus would die for all people's sins once and for all, so animal sacrifices would no longer be needed for the forgiveness of sin. At the Passover table, each disciple had a piece of the bread and a sip of the wine. Jesus told the disciples that this physical action was a very special way to remember him always. This meal is now called the Eucharist, Holy Communion, or the Lord's Supper, and we celebrate this in our church service. There are 3 reasons why Jesus wants us to celebrate Holy Communion together. First, to remember him. Second, to meet with Jesus in a special way. When the priest blesses the bread and the wine, they become the body and blood of the risen Jesus. This means that in a mysterious way, Jesus is in the bread and the wine, and when we eat and drink them, we receive his life into us. Third, it is something that we do together, and it reminds us that we are part of God's family. During the Last Supper with his disciples, Jesus also washed the feet of the disciples. He did the work of a servant, even though Jesus was their Lord and King. Jesus then commanded the disciples to serve one another and to love one another, just as he had served and loved them. The Last Supper Jesus had with his disciples happened on the Thursday before he died. In our Holy Week journey, we call this Maundy Thursday. The word Maundy means commandment, and it refers to Jesus commanding his disciples to love one another. That's our story for today. Bye for now. See you next time.